Hello and welcome to the CWT Business YouTube channel. So for today's video, I want to talk about the fact that Tim Cook, which is Apple's CEO, is officially worth $1 billion. And the reason I bring this up and the reason I feel like this has significance is because this means that Apple's stock is almost at a $2 trillion valuation, which is, in my opinion, absolutely insane how fast their stock has been growing. Because I remember just a few years ago, they were about to be the first company worth $1 trillion. And just put this in perspective, people could not believe there's actually going to be a company that was worth $1 trillion. And Apple was the first one. And now, in just a few years after that, they're already almost at a $2 trillion valuation, which means that they've basically doubled their evaluation in just a few years, which is absolutely insane. And because of how fast the stock's growing, because they're about to be the first company worth $2 trillion after being the first to be worth $1 trillion, it's really impressive. I'm not the biggest Apple fan. In fact, I've never had an Apple product besides an iPod, but I do have to give them credit where credit's due. And as an investor in Apple, I have to admire it. But I don't know, just the fact that their stock has just doubled like that so fast is just, I wonder if it's sustainable. That's really the question I have now. Are they going to be able to keep growing this quickly? Or, I mean, obviously they're going to keep growing. There's zero chance Apple's not going to be worth far more in 5 years than it is now. But I do wonder if, they're just going to be able to keep growing like this fast. I don't know. But I will say that Apple actually is about to do a stock split, which means if you own one share of Apple right now, you're about to own four, because they're going to be splitting the stock up, which makes the stock price of Apple cheaper, which means more new investors are more likely to invest in Apple because the share price is going to be so low. Now, I'm not really sure why they're doing that with partial shares becoming so much more popular. Right now I can put $6 in Apple and have no problem doing that. But it's what everyone's saying is that once they actually do this stock split and you get more and more Apple shares for what it's worth, and it becomes cheaper, more people start buying them, Apple's actually about to go up in value. They're thinking that's going to be a huge boost to the stock. And I'm actually very curious to see how that goes. I actually might put a little bit of money in Apple just to kind of see how the boost really does for me. But yeah, with that happening, their valuation should keep growing. And honestly, I really think this is just the beginning. Apple's about to be worth $2 trillion. Amazon is going to be next. Microsoft's going to be next. And it's insane how fast these companies are growing. And now Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, is officially a billionaire, which is it's absolutely insane how now that people leading these companies own so few of the company. To me, a company like Facebook, for instance, or Amazon is really interesting because their CEO is also the majority shareholder. Their CEO has the most shares, have control of the company. And it's really interesting to see companies like Apple, for instance, where obviously I wish I owned as much shares as Tim Cook does in Apple, but it's not like he owns the entire company. There's a lot of different people with almost as much shares as he has, and it's a lot more even. And also it's not just one person in complete control and one person that started and owned it. And to me, that's interesting. But I kind of want to know in the comments below, what do you think about the fact that Apple's about to be worth $2 trillion? What do you think about the fact that Tim Cook is now a billionaire? I'd love to hear that in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm posting videos pretty much every day now, so that would be really great if y'all could help me out by subscribing to the channel, like the video, go in the description below and follow my blog and podcast. That's really all for this episode. Thank you for watching.